Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our Global TV Deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
Corruption is a vile disease that sucks and drains the health out of something good. Corruption in society is an evil moral infection that keeps community in the state of perpetual sickness. Corruption is a moral virus. It's so potent, it leaves its host sick, lethargic, and unable to realize and accomplish all that a well person can. Where corruption thrives, poverty and not prosperity thrives. Wealth is grabbed into the greedy, grubby hands of those who get fat on the toil and labor of good people. Corruption benefits, only temporarily, those who participate in it. Everyone else is a victim of the theft, the deceit, the dishonesty, and the lies that corruption feeds on. You need to know that a corrupt person is stealing from you. Corruption is filthy work and despicable acts of treachery done under the table and behind closed doors. Corruption is a disgusting shame. Corruption keeps a nation back from true development and from progress. Wise investors steer clear of a corrupt environment. They would rather put their resources into a place where the playing field of opportunity is equal for all and not bent towards feeding the financial lust of corrupt, lying, cheating, thieving politicians and government officials. How many wonderful development projects have been lost because the investors didn't want to do business in a swamp of evil? When those great projects go to another nation or to some other place, we all lose. Believe me when I tell you that corruption steals from you, it steals from all of us. Corruption plunders the nation's wealth. Corrupt people compromise on truth, equity, and fairness, choosing instead to feed off the short-term benefits of crookedness, exploitation, and financial perversion. Corruption is not just a personal matter, it's a culture. It's a way of life, not just for individual people, but for companies, communities, governments, and nations. Corrupt nations, hiding behind large companies, will seek to invest in other weak nations in order to take over the assets of the nation that they've invested into. They will provide financial loans to a nation for the much-needed infrastructure, and they will do it with assets that they provide. They will sign contracts by lining the pockets of rotten government officials who participate in this kind of corruption and are then held hostage by their own deceit and greed. Corruption is nothing less than a form of theft and national robbery. A corrupt person steals from everyone in society.
Ghetto, run, keep going on, less process. For children of Israel who really love rights. So just I and I as a watchman around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I she never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Hey, oh, we gotta bust down Babylon walls. Prepare the way. Prepare the way for your people. Let's go. Fight down, war and crime. Fight down, me say Rastafari. War and crime and do the righteousness. Hey, we love. I And we love Jaja. Jah Rastafari. And we love Jaja. Jah Rastafari. Save all people. And we love Jah. We love Jaja. Jah Rastafari. We love Jaja. Jah Rastafari. Save all people. Put time away again. Listen, yeah. Just a time and I say watch a man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel. I should never hold thy peace, but we penalize. Hey, oh, night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare the way, prepare the way for Jah Rastafari. Fight down war and fight, fight down war and fight. Rastafari, war and fight, and build up righteousness. And we love Jah, and we love Jah, and we love Jah Rastafari. We love all, and we love Jah. Me love Jaja. Jah Rastafari. Me love Jaja. Jah Rastafari. Preserve all. Me love Jaja. Jah Rastafari. Jah Rastafari.
B-I-L-L, bill. And no, I'm not talking about your utility bills. I'm talking about Monica Lewinsky's bill. I'm talking about Janita Broderick bill. Paula Jones bill. Hillary sexual predatory husband bill. Jeffrey Epstein friend acquaintance bill. Another bill, Jamaica. Babsy Grange has had a private dinner with the bill. That bill, the Clinton Foundation, who have collected millions in the 2010 Haitian disaster. The Bill Foundation, who lifted hundreds of children out of Haiti. Never hear gun fire about them. That bill, another bill, has joined the choir. Good morning and welcome. The chief says, no, we will look for other help, other places. Morning and welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We have a bit to rock our way through this morning. But Jamaica, you have got to wake up to the bills. Not just the utility bills, Jamaica. Not just the estimated bill JPS sent to people who are not getting light. Yes, bill every day. Another bill. In a private dinner. I wonder if Bill took anyone with him or Babsy Grange had to prepare a soulmate for Bill over that dinner. Sexual predatory president perjury. What is the word called? Impeach Bill Gates. Now, Bill Clinton. Another bill. Jamaica. Be aware, Jamaica. Be aware of the bills. Money did oh. Disaster zone oh. More and more, Prime Minister. The theme has becoming clear by everybody once they visit St. Elizabeth on the ground. They are convinced that fire passed through Yasso or something drop pan Yasso, because this don't look like the normal effects of what we used to find hurricane. St. Elizabeth look different from the rest of the island themselves. Something don't look right down Yasso. Everything looks scorched. All boat look like something drop. Prime Minister, people are wake up, you know. Little by little, sir. Little by little, they are coming out of their slumber. Good morning and welcome to what's left of my community of party and all my family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls, as you can see in the background running. What is left of my community that Floyd Green and Andrew Holness and the entire Jamaica government and the mainstream media is ignoring because they don't want to show to the world what has happened. One big good morning, everybody. Bill Gates, Bill Clinton, Monica Lewinsky's Bill Clinton, Janita Broadwick, Bill Clinton, Paula Jones, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, sexual predator husband, Bill Clinton, Jeffrey Epstein acquaintance who visited him in the White House at least 17 times, flew many times around on Epstein private jets, though he denied that he'd been to Jeffrey Epstein Island and his involvement in Jeffrey Epstein crimes. Bill Clinton has arrived in the disaster zone, hosted by Babsy Grange, and no other than the private sector hawk, Adam Stewart. When Jamaica go wake up, oh. When will Jamaica wake up? Jamaica not go sorry, you know. We not go YRROS sorry. Me I tell you no. If we don't wake up to see how them are surround, you know, how them are closing. Jamaica, if we don't wake up to see how them are surround, you know, and how them are closing, you know, are you all serious, Jamaica? Are you going to accept this bill? Are you going to accept another bill? That bill who sat and stared in the camera and told you the destruction he caused to the Haiti rice crop, the destruction bill caused to rice in a Haiti to destruct the Haitian economy. That same bill who scoop up millions through the bill, to the Clinton Foundation. That bill who airlifted children out of Haiti in 2010. What we know here about Bill Gates arose, Lord God Almighty. Jamaica. I don't think Jamaica understands the seriousness. Their seriousness. Go and research the 2010 earthquake and Bill and Hillary Foundation involvement. Go and go look how Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton enriched themselves out of that disaster. Bill Clinton is here to partnership in the recovery with Jamaica. Jamaica, I want to hope a private meeting happen behind the back, you know. Up until today, the Prime Minister don't have a concern about consulting with Jamaicans at home and in the diaspora in participating in the rebuilding, in invest in a piece of Jamaica that the Prime Minister walk and share up. Where Andrew Holness a walk round and a share up. You heard Andrew Holness in South Africa told the world on a run come Jamaica ripe RIPE for investment or Andrew Holness is bringing another sexual predator upon we. Andrew Holness, Bill Clinton, Bill Clinton book up in a dark. Adam Stewart, Bill Clinton book up in a dark. In a dark, you know, Jamaica. Jamaica are in a dark. Because after this about Melissa Galangin, you know, and Babsy Grange have private meeting with the impeached sexual predator, Bill Clinton, the crook, the thief, the criminal, Bill Clinton, behind our back. And then Babsy went on our Facebook page to say, do. They have no respect for us. They are bringing all kind of criminal pedophiles and sexual predator. And not just a hand way over, so. And Jamaica sit down, been hand over free to Jesus Christ, picking them. Jesus Christ, picking them come back, oh, Jamaica. Jesus Christ, picking them come back for them territory. Because we're not involved in the relief, we're not involved in the recovery, we're not going to get no help for the rebuilding. So it done for we, that's all in it. No, so you go. Talk it out if I not so you go. It done for we. Because to say, Master pick them come. I wonder, we don't have no private dinner with Bill Gates yet because I love the bills, you know. We don't love the bills, we want to keep using hanging way every day. We don't have no meeting with Bill Gates yet. Because Bill Gates can't see this here land grab ya on their own corner. That's not Bill Gates. Anyway, disaster and land grab there. Bill Gates is one of the first person we reach. So we want to know, like we have meeting with Bill Clinton. We want to know if we have meeting with Bill Gates. We want to know what Andrew Holness gone to Florida about, New York about. The Prime Minister saying gone for official business. So we want to know what that official business is about. Does it concern Melissa? Does it concern the upcoming invasion of Venezuela? What is it about? If it's official business, it ought to be our business. So you can't, but then again, what Babsy Grange, as leader of the government, now that the Prime Minister away did, this was an official. Babsy is heading the government until the Prime Minister's return. Babsy Grange have a meeting. Babsy Grange and one of the private PSOJ member, Adam Stewart, had a meeting with the sexual predator, Bill Gates, Bill Clinton rather, Bill Clinton, in relation to Melissa's recovery. And Babsy only go on our Facebook page, go say something after that. We weren't told Bill Clinton was coming to partnership with Jamaica. They had the meeting with Bill Clinton. We had no details of what they discussed. What will be Bill Clinton's involvement? Is this an investment? What is the partnership about? What will Bill Clinton benefit from it? What will Jamaica benefit from? We want to know. Babsy Grange, leader of the government, in Andrew Holness absent doing official duties in New York. We ought to know. It's our business. You see how we take our country hand over to friend and company? You see how we take our country and hand it over to friend and company so they can go around corner, go talk to anybody they want. They can't meet anybody in a late night. They can't meet anybody in a dark. They can't meet anybody in a late night. They can't meet anybody in a dark. They can't meet anybody Let me reshare this, the audio jump out. They can't meet anybody in the dark. They can't go around corner go meet anybody. They can't meet anybody in the night. They can't whisper when they meet them. I think the surgery Harris Strong done is something related to his heart, you know. So, I don't know if Dr. Chang can RIP because people misunderstand my RIP. Return if possible over here. Return if possible. When I was at law school, RIP was regularly used in law because we have legislation with the RIP. We have law enforcement when the RIP. Reduction in pay, what the police them use when they say RIP, it means reduction in pay. And when we talk about RIP at law school, it means regulations, investory powers, something like that. So a thing where we always use outsider dead is only small people mind think that RIP is only when you're dead. All right. An acronym is what you mean it to be. Okay. All right. So you all understand that. Righty. Let's go over to Maroon Town. And I see the desperates labor right or creating their antics on social media and pushing it out there. But we will not pay attention to the desperate labor rights because this is why the labor right they make up them every and put it out here, which we will not pay attention to.
Ashe. Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Andrew Holness, on behalf of indigenous people of Akompong and the wider Maroon districts of Cockpit Country, I send sincere appreciation for your recent visit to our community and for the government of Jamaica's expression of support following the destruction caused by Hurricane Melissa. Your presence, accompanied by the several ministers of government, marked the first official visit of your administration to Akompong since my election in 2021, and it was warmly welcomed by our people. We remain grateful for the humanitarian gesture extended to the Akompong people and for your willingness to mobilize resources, particularly those of the JDF military, to assist with the recovery efforts. We also acknowledge your reference on international partners, including Ethiopia, Ghana, and Rwanda, who have expressed readiness to assist in the island's rebuilding efforts. Honorable Prime Minister, following a deep, comprehensive internal review and a formal deliberation, the full Maroon Council has this time decided not to accept the offer on the militarization of the space during the recovery effort. The full Maroon Council instead has resolved to continue with the response, utilizing civilian resources from our joining communities and our partners, both locally and internationally, who have offered to the community their assistance in the recovery efforts. Instead, the Council would like to thank you for the offer on materials and would accept the offer on those materials and equipment necessary to assist in those recovery efforts. We want to ensure, Mr. Prime Minister, that harmony and inclusiveness of our Maroon human resources, of those here in Akompong and adjoining communities, are balanced to execute the infrastructural relief efforts across our Maroon communities. This methodology aligns with our laws and cultural way of life. This decision is based also on the following considerations. 1. The established reconstruction partnerships and resources Akompong has secured through international donations, through technical sponsorships, and volunteer engineering assistance sufficient to address the rebuilding and development needs arising from the hurricane. These partnerships, coordinated through the Akompong Development Foundation, reflect years of relationship building, and they provide to us a structured, culturally and aligned framework for reconstruction across the Maroon territory. The second consideration was the protection of community well-being and trauma sensitivities. As you would have recognized, our community was significantly devastated, and many of our elders, some of the women as well as children, have endured profound emotional trauma. In the aftermath, the introduction of military personnel carrying assault rifles, as we would have seen just the other day, even in a humanitarian capacity, could exacerbate and distress and cause additional distress among residents of the community. The Council believes that reconstruction conducted through civilian and community-based teams is the most appropriate path for maintaining emotional security and cultural stability at this time. This, I'm sure, you can understand, Mr. Prime Minister. Our treaty obligations and governance. The third consideration would be the treaty obligations and governance responsibilities Akompong, as a treaty recognized indigenous polity under the 1738 treaty, bears the responsibility of in ensuring that the recovery operation within the territorial space are consistent with its laws, governance institutions, and cultural protocols. The Council has therefore determined that internal and partner-supported reconstruction efforts remain the most suitable avenue for the recovery from the damages that were sustained. This decision is not a rejection of cooperation, nor does it diminish the appreciation of the humanitarian intent behind your offer. We again thank you. But rather, it reflects Akompong's capacity to manage its internal recovery efforts through established civilian channels and international collaborative efforts that have been ongoing since the impact of the storm. I again reiterate our commitment to engage in dialogue on areas where meaningful cooperation between the government of Jamaica and the Akompong Maroons can be maintained. We thank everyone for their continued support, particularly in matters related to the disaster readiness and recovery from the effects of Hurricane Melissa. The Maroons continue to show their resilience and share their support with the broader communities impacted by the storm. We respectfully emphasize that this disaster relief cannot be interpreted as altering or diminishing Akompong's treaty-recognized autonomy. The historical and legal foundations of the 1738 treaty remain intact and continue to guide our interactions with the Jamaica state government. Honorable Prime Minister, we again express our sincere gratitude for your visit and your expression of solidarity during this difficult time. We remain committed to peaceful engagement, transparent dialogue, and long-term well-being of all communities within the cockpit country. May this period of national recovery represent an opportunity for renewed mutual respect and for collaborative efforts that honor both Jamaica's constitutional framework and Akompong's treaty-based autonomy. Thank you.
Diplomacy and wholeness at its best. Calm, collected, well-crafted presentation. Diplomacy, Prime Minister, at its best. No rere and pram braga braga galangin. No wheeling and twirling and hand throwing all over up in the air. That's how leader address the nation or address other leadership. Not 1 inch. Not 1 inch. Diplomacy at its best, Prime Minister. Brilliant. Brilliant move, Chief Curry. Keep the thieves out. Keep the criminals out. Keep the land grabbers out. Keep the miners out. We know the Prime Minister is using the disaster as an encroachment on people's land. The Prime Minister using disaster to knock down St. Elizabeth for the Prime Minister's reason. Andrew, it will be horse and pattle between we and the whole of you. It will be horse and pattle, Andrew, between we and the whole of you. Because we know you have a plan for St. Elizabeth. You tell you, it's not like we're walking make it up. You told us that you are going to build a new city in St. Elizabeth, purpose built. You told us of your tourism corridor that you are going to develop in a Spanish South Coast. Hence, you just lick down with house them. Brother, everybody will come and St. Elizabeth, Andrew. So, you either throw fire pan we or you drop sinting pan we because we burn up and we mash up down there. That's people's view. People will go up on the ground, Andrew Holness. I'm sure you've heard that time and time over, Prime Minister. I'm sure, Andrew Holness, you heard that time and time again. Oh, Jamaica look, oh, St. Elizabeth look like somebody jack bomb on it, like somebody light it a fire, Andrew Holness. Even though we know, so you know, hear about it, Flight Green is so busy. Flight Green is so busy that not even the chance Flight Green don't get. Not even the chance Flight Green don't get to even have the conversation with you and say, you see how Southwest St. Elizabeth mash up? You see what we do with the house them round a parity? You see how they left broke up and dangling and lick down? I know Flight Green no get round to tell Andrew Holness, oh, road cut off Panway, how we join in a road down there, how we have to walk in a crocodile infested salt water on a day-to-day basis. We not go accept it as normal life and we not go get well on. What's the next move? Andrew Holness and Flight Green, Donald Trump, Bill Clinton and Bill Gates and the United States and the United Nations. What's the next move? World Bank and IMF. What's the next move? Because we know we're not in a hurry for the land because we have some things to achieve by 2030. Our Prime Minister called it Vision 2030, but it's no different to the UN 2030 agenda. What's the next move, United Nations? Or not just kill way halfway there? United Nations, what's the next move? Because Bill Gates come. And we know that Bill Gates line up for big disaster, bigger than what we just got through. What's the next move, United Nations? Now go kill way off now. We don't want to see in the media thousands died in Western Jamaica. That's the news, isn't it? What's the next move? Bill Clinton come Bill Clinton, them I still think can go on and Bill Gates no reach it. Them I still think you can go on and Bill Gates no enter the race yet. The Gates Foundation, morning, where are you? Clinton Foundation arrive. Clinton Foundation. The Sexual Predatory Foundation. The scooping up of children in disaster zone foundation has arrived. The enriching him family out of disaster zone foundation, Jamaica. Wanna not open an eye? No, like seriously. You all not looking? You wanna not look? So you not go wait till calamity before you jump out and no sleep, and then you know, so when you jump out and no sleep, you not go frightened like the Prime Minister and say, I will not be threatened. I will not be threatened. But that time you're gonna plant in your face, you damn fool. By then, the guns will be pointing in your faces. Jamaica, what we're going to do for wake up? Because me not think una see. Me not think una see what go on. Me not think una see how una is being surrounded. How much them encroach upon una. How the Prime Minister turn up and tell the world, so una run come, all fruits ripe in Jamaica. Why you think Clinton Foundation turn up? So what Andrew go say, Anna me a Babsy? Is Andrew Holness going to tell us, Anna me no, me not in the praying galangen. Prayer without work is dead. You could have prayed. Black people pray. For me, no black people, they've been on their fucking knees praying. And I don't see a fruit grow out of these prayer. I see America use them bullying and them bomb. I see Britain, France, and all of them use them bomb. I see China use education and strategy. I see India use prayer don't work. Not what we are talking about. Sorry to say that. But prayer don't work them way there. Prayer work to soothe the soul of the prayer. Prayer is an affirmation of the person pray in. No fi all our way. All our way fi pray for ourselves. But behind the praying, there are a lot of things, an awful lot of things that we have to do. Because none of these countries who went through Queen Victoria's armada and have broken out of it, bar us who are still in the Commonwealth and what's the other you want to call it of Britain. Everybody use education, strategy, and their spiritual direction. We and this white God, we, the people of Africa, and this white God. That's why they're picking it. That's why they're picking it in their own way, you know. That's why they're picking a thing to say them own way. Because you see the Jesus Christ complex and the Jesus Christ believing, the prayer ranting and raving. No nation in the Western Hemisphere has prayed more than Jamaica. No nation in the Western Hemisphere pray more than Jamaica. We are holier than thou in fashion and poetry prayers. It's not that they have a problem with prayer, no, but prayer is about the person who is praying. All of us pray for our own self and our own direction. Stop making people rest their hand on and pray. Stop making people rest their hand on and pray for one prayer. Intercede to God yourself. Intercede to God, your creator, your anything you recognize our higher power to be, intercede for yourself and leave these wicked pedophile offering collecting, enriching themselves and power grabbing in bed with politician pastors. Get back to the bills. Ballot! Lord God Almighty! Bill. The disaster zone, Bill, Jamaica. Una pay attention, you know. Pay attention. Because nobody run come round you when you get out of hand and say we never did know. Or we couldn't believe that the Prime Minister so wicked. Has he not shown us for the last 5 years how wicked he is? The potential of his wickedness? Have you not seen what Andrew Holness signed off on for the United Nations and the Americans to make them storm and lick down with place for building, for rebuild it in a for them fashion and direction? How much more wickedness when I go make Andrew Holness heap up on the whole on? What happened to Jamaicans at home and abroad? You mean so Jamaicans at home and abroad don't have the technicalities and the finances to involve in Jamaica rebuilding and reconstruction? Why it's always these same old hawk, these same people who keep enriching themselves over and over out of every disaster. Make me that junk on him now, Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton, you name enough dead body now in a disaster zone. Make me that junk get some. Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton, go home. Go home, Bill Clinton. Monica Lewinsky, Bill Clinton. Jeffrey Epstein, Bill Clinton. Go home. Make neda jankro. Konyam sound dead meat. Good God Almighty. Every disaster zone, so. With a poison pill, on a outdated food and blood money. Bill Clinton. What is wrong with these criminals? Why do they keep sucking on our blood? But ask yourself the question, why do your prime minister keep cutting your throat and asking the vampires, suck on some of this? You all need to bloody wake up. You all need to wake up. You can't just hand over your country, so. You just hand the wholeness and your family and your friend them. When you talk about independent, you know, somebody for shut on our backs. When you speak about my free speech and my democracy, somebody for shut on our backs, on our ears. I couldn't hear bell. This is the time, Jamaica. If we have never exercised our democracy and free speech before, this is the time. This is the time. And if we lose this moment, Jamaica, I am telling you, if we lose this moment to claw back power for ourselves, to protect our lands, Lord God Almighty, you never know where this might end. When you see these people moving in, you know what time. Oprah, how far are you there? Jankro, because you're one of the dead meat eater to you know, Jankro. How far are you there? Oprah Winfrey. Thieving criminal Oprah with the Oprah young girl them and your abusive pastor friend them and your abusive entertainer and political and rich friend them. How far are you in the queue, Oprah Winfrey? Because we know you're a criminal and thief too, you know, because Oprah Winfrey is always one who is at the World Economic Forum chopping us and sharing us and doing all sorts of demonic fuckery against us. Oprah Winfrey, how far are you, Jankro? Jankro, Oprah Winfrey, Jankro, how far are you in the queue? Because we know Jankros are lining up. Dead meat, because so not not junk row. So we want to know how far Bill Gates and Oprah they in the queue. Because these are the junker zone, the disaster zone junker them. Oprah, you're one of the disaster zone junker. Dead meat eating Oprah. How far are you in the queue? Because we see the dead meat, the carcass, Bill Gates, name dead meat here, Bill Gates turning a carcass has arrived. So we want to know how far the thief and wicked criminal Oprah there. Did the Oprah? Did the Oprah, Epstein Oprah, Weinstein Oprah? How far are you in the queue? Because we soon gather, mother gather. So before no show up like the carcass of Bill Clinton. Before to say, no show up like the carcass of Bill Clinton, we are calling and ask which part in the queue on there. Because we know say, a disaster zone, junk criminals want to feed upon the blood and destruction. Oprah Winfrey, Bill Gates, Bill Clinton, disaster zone, junk Jamaica, open on the eye now. Open on the eye now, Jamaica. We keep one and listen. We don't say Chief Korea protect where them come after. I could play back Chief Korea again because if we play make the world here say we don't want to no poison pill, and we don't want to no army, and we don't want to no steal food, and we don't want Bill Clinton GMO or whatever they are. We don't want them. Jankro, keep on a dead meat nyamin to yourself. Look how the people of Jamaica have done well. Look how vloggers entertain everybody. Wanna go with the Oprah pedophile and dead flesh nyamin junker them? Wanna go with the Oprah dead flesh nyamin Oprah? Junker, disaster zone junker. How far in IQ you there? Disaster zone junker Bill Clinton. Hark up carcass Bill Clinton. How far you Bill Gates? How far you there? Because the carcass of Bill Clinton has arrived in Jamaica, hosted by Babsy, Grange, and Adam Stewart. Yes, Bill Clinton carcass came to Jamaica yesterday. Or whenever I meet with Babsy and one partnership in the military recovery. How much Bill Clinton expect to profit from this destruction? Because we know Bill Clinton said Tracy what little girl the name, but we don't know who our papa or who our mama, Clinton girl. Set her well out of the 2010 destruction in Haiti. The junker just arrived. Headman Junker just arrived. Monica Lewinsky's bill. Janita Broadwick's bill. Paula Jones' bill. Hillary Clinton, sexual, predatory, impeach husband, killed the Haiti rice crop bill. Yes, that very same bill.
Ashe. Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Andrew Holness, on behalf of Indigenous people of Akompong and the wider Maroon districts of Cockpit Country, I send sincere appreciation for your recent visit to our community and for the government of Jamaica's expression of
telling all the while, it's a disaster zone. It's a place where predators hang out. Disaster zone. Why Andrew Holness sees my computer. Hold on there.
Ashe.
Disaster zone.
Honorable Prime Minister,
is a place where land grabbers and pedophiles and sexual predators hang out. In ask Christ, may I tell you, it's well documented.
Dr. Andrew Jones, on behalf of the indigenous people of Akompong and the wider Maroon districts of Cockpit Country, I send sincere appreciation for your recent visit to our community and for the government of Jamaica's expression of...
No man, I want to go on here, so Andrew Holness, me just play the full thing like a while. So what's the problem? Bro God.
Lisa.
Bro Devil.
Your presence, accompanied by the several ministers of government, marked the first official visit of your administration to Akompong since my election in 2021, and it was warmly welcomed by our people. We remain grateful for the humanitarian gesture extended to the Akompong people and for your willingness to mobilize resources, particularly those of the JDF military, to assist with the recovery efforts. We also acknowledge your reference on international partners, including Ethiopia, Ghana, and Rwanda, who have expressed readiness to assist in the island's rebuilding efforts. Honorable Prime Minister, following a deep, comprehensive internal review and a formal deliberation, the full Maroon Council has this time decided not to accept the offer on the militarization of the space during the recovery effort. The full Maroon Council instead has resolved to continue with the response, utilizing civilian resources from our joining communities and our partners, both locally and internationally, who have offered to the community their assistance in the recovery efforts. Instead, the Council would like to thank you for the offer on materials and would accept the offer on those materials and equipment necessary to assist in those recovery efforts.
I did not touch that woman, Bill. Perjured himself, Bill. Impeach, Bill. Disgrace, Bill. What the fuck, Babsy? Eh? Like, seriously?
We want to ensure, Mr. Prime Minister, that harmony and inclusiveness of our Maroon human resources, of those here in Akompong.
No, Corina sellout. You need to listen in full conversation, in full statement first. Corina sellout. Corina's a leader.
And adjoining communities are balanced to execute the infrastructural relief efforts across our Maroon communities. This methodology aligns with our laws and cultural way of life. This decision is based also on the following considerations. 1. The established reconstruction partnerships and resources Akompong has secured through international donations, through technical sponsorships and volunteer engineering assistance sufficient to address the rebuilding and development needs arising from the hurricane. These partnerships, coordinated through the Akompong Development Foundation, reflect years of relationship building, and they provide to us a structured, culturally and aligned framework for reconstruction across the Maroon territory. The second consideration was the protection of community well-being and trauma sensitivities. As you would have recognized, our community was significantly devastated, and many of our elders, some of the women as well as children, have endured profound emotional trauma. In the aftermath, the introduction of military personnel carrying assault rifles, as we would have seen just the other day, even in a humanitarian capacity, could exacerbate and distress and cause additional distress among residents of the community. The Council believes that reconstruction conducted through civilian and community-based teams is the most appropriate path for maintaining emotional security and cultural stability at this time. This, I'm sure, you can understand, Mr. Prime Minister. Our treaty obligations and governance The third consideration would be the treaty obligation.
Yes, people don't like up the live on a too tan bad. On a too tan bad, man. Hit the like button. Tan bad, so.
And governance responsibilities are compound as a treaty recognized indigenous polity under the 1738 treaty bears the responsibility of in ensuring that the recovery operation within the territorial space are consistent with its laws, governance institutions, and cultural protocols. The Council has therefore determined that internal and partner-supported reconstruction efforts remain the most suitable avenue for the recovery from the damage.
To date, all now we don't know what or who check the cat. Mark Golden never checked the Andrew. Me sure of that. Me sure of that. So Mark Golden never checked the Andrew. So Mark Golden might just be a scapegoat. I wonder who Andrew think threatening him. I don't know.
That were sustained. This decision is not a rejection of cooperation, nor does it diminish the appreciation of the humanitarian intent behind your offer. We again thank you. But rather, it reflects a compound's capacity to manage its internal recovery efforts through established civilian channels and international collaborative efforts that have been ongoing since the impact of this storm. I again reiterate our commitment to engage in dialogue on areas where meaningful cooperation between the government of Jamaica and the Accompong Maroons can be maintained. We thank everyone for their continued support, particularly in matters related to the disaster readiness and recovery from the effects of Hurricane Melissa. The Maroons continue to show their resilience and share their support with the broader communities impacted by the storm. We respectfully emphasize that this disaster relief cannot be interpreted as altering or diminishing Accompong's treaty-recognized autonomy. The historical and legal foundations of the 1738 treaty remain intact and continue to guide our interactions with the Jamaica state government. Honorable Prime Minister, we again express our sincere gratitude for your visit and your expression of solidarity during this difficult time. We remain committed to peaceful engagement, transparent dialogue, and long-term well-being of all communities within the cockpit country. May this period of national recovery represent an opportunity for renewed mutual respect and for collaborative efforts that honor both Jamaica's constitutional framework and Accompong's treaty-based autonomy. Thank you.
Yeah. You can't hijack we. You can't use Melissa and your oldness and hijack we. We no fool. Are you declare war upon we? And are you turn around and tell we, I will not be threatened. I will not be threatened. And no, we don't know if the Chinese them threatening you, if the Americans threatening you, if you think I threaten Chief Curry threatening you, but we know Mark Golden didn't threaten you with even Andrew Holness. Because if him said to you, you should know, so you should know, is that threat? Listen, Jamaica.
And I want it to be clear that I don't need to be threatened. I just want that to be clear. I am not going to accept any threats about if you know.
About if you know. Jamaica, I wonder if Oxford Dictionary can record a new threat here for we. If you know. Andrew Holness, who said? Hey, you see, if we want to check Andrew Holness, Jamaica, when we talk to him, just say, if you know or you should know. Once you say that, me have to play this again. Me know so do not like him. But the party is sweet. Me not tell no lie. Me know no don't like him. But the party is sweet me. Cause you can't always depend on the MAGA people them to talk fuckery, literal effort. I mean a whole mouthful of it. And this Prime Minister is no other than J MAGA.
And I want it to be clear that I don't need to be threatened. I just want that to be clear. I am not going to accept any threats about if you know.
About if you know. So Jamaica, the whole honor have a duty to post Andrew Holness pound of social media page and say, if you know, all of with threatening cloth. Make the whole of with threatening cloth Jamaica and say, if you know, hey, put fun and joke aside. The Prime Minister fool and baga, you know. How Jamaica end up here with such a fool, baga, arrogant tyrant? How did we? The worst part of it, though, is to see how the synchronized thinkers in the labor right rally around him and lauded him for the literal every and tantamount of bullshit that our so-called Prime Minister speak. Hey, sir, you idiot, you know. Big overgrown fool. Bigger idiot. If you know, hey, no, the part is sweet. If you go cut out a separate part there. I forgot cut out a part, yeah.
And I want it to be clear that I don't need to be threatened. I just want that to be clear. I am not going to accept any threats about if you know.
Ungrateful. Liar!
No, that is not the spirit.
Liar!
No, that's what he said.
Everything. I
That's
showed
what he said. If you are genuine, if you are, and I want it to be clear that I don't need to be threatened. I just want that to be clear. I am not going to accept any threats about if you know.
And where the blood clot this? And where the blood clot
that is not the spirit. No, that's what he said.
If you know,
that's what he said.
Jamaica people, make we irritate the Prime Minister and post him all over social media and say, if you know, because we know, say, if you know, burning cloth, if you know, burn Andrew Holness. So anything we talk to Andrew Holness, we have to start with, if you know, and then we get away in cloth, you damn narcissistic, perverted, overgrown idiot. Idiot. You can't even keep yourself together. Judge how you cratch when you're there foreign, because when you're there foreign, so you have to act like a somebody. Judge how you cratch your Prime Minister. Prime Minister, judge how you cratch you when you talk to foreign people. You're a ghetto rat, you know. Prime Minister, you're a ghetto rat. Prime Minister, you and the goat them a Spanish tone, bus stop, no different, no behave the same. Hoodlum. MPM hoodlum. Judge how you can crash when you're there foreign. Because you have to go on like ghetto boy and tirade and street boy and gangster and bully. So the foreign audience kind of pain you and crutch you when you're there. Look how you act decent and somebody-ish. When you're there, South Africa, with you just, hey, I think when the prime minister, and this is not to disrespect, this is just an illustration. And if you've ever communicated with people who suffer from Tourette's, you would know that a lot of them have a way of controlling whatever tics or outbursts they would have during the day or when they're out in public or so on. But there comes a time when they get into their space, which they have to do all of the ticking, or some people could cuss in words or in whatever they're saying in a repeated fashion. The prime minister displays that behavior anytime he come from abroad, because he normally go into a tirade, like the controlling his tics and tantrum build up so much when he's abroad and get asked question and have to act like a somebody. So when he come home now, in a zone, in Ghettorat, Hoodlam, Zinc Fence, Cumberland, Barefoot Boy zone, then he just get it out, PM, get it out. But you, the people of Jamaica, must wake up though, on a serious note. On a serious note, Jamaica, this is going to take unity. This is going to take a love for your nation. This is going to take a love for your generation. You see, just like the slave them, when them a fight in a them time there, them never fight for themselves. They were fighting for people like us who are enjoying those so-called democratic and freedom of speech and all of those bullshit. They're just on paper for most of the time. It's going to take a lot of all of that. It's going to take a lot of unity. It's going to take a lot of organization. Can we do it? Hell yes, we can. Look at how we coordinate ourselves in Melissa to look after the people in the disaster zone. We outshone the prime minister as Jamaicans, have we not? Hence, the prime minister came back and the prime minister said,
See about me not afraid of nobody. Me will go with you toe to toe. Every nonsense you talk, I will respond to it. And as you would have seen with the government, man come out with foolishness, we respond, not go so. Yeah. So make them, and as many memes as they can make, I can make it too. So it's going to be war.
This threaten me to blood clot. Oh, me done talk to Bamba Wall. I don't mean I talk to God yet.
You check the way and say it's gonna be war. But then you see one turn around and tell me, I will not accept any threats. I will not be threatened.
And I want it to be clear that I don't need to be threatened. I just want that to be clear. I am not going to accept any threats about if you know.
And then you don't think this is an asshole. This is a riling idiot. You don't think so? JLP supporters, come here. You don't think this is an idiot, don't you? If somebody said to you, if you know, will you perceive that to be a threat? Synchronized thinkers of the JLP, if you know, unite or perish, says Marcus Garvey. Thank you very much for being here this morning. And remember, when I talk to the Prime Minister, we must always say, if you know, and you'll certainly get under his skin. Thank you. Good morning. Good afternoon from Global TV. No, sir. If you know, if you know what? If you know what?
Too long in our little ghetto, run keep going on less process. For children of Israel do really love rights. So that's why I say watch your man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace. What wrong is going on? Day or night, we gonna bust down Babylon walls. Prepare every the way. Prepare every the way for jumping. Let's go. Fight down war and crime. Fight down. Me say Rastafari. War and crime. And do the righteousness. And we love. And we love Jaja. And we love Jaja. Rastafari. And we love Jaja. We love Jaja. We love Jaja. Rastafari. Preserve all people. Put time away again. Listen, yeah. So just as I say, watch your man around Babylonian walls. Oh, children of Israel, I should never hold thy peace, but we are penalized day or night. We gonna bust down Babylon gates. Prepare every the way. Prepare every the way for Rastafari. Fight down war and crime. Fight down war and crime. Rastafari. War and crime. And build up righteousness. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. And we love Jah. Rastafari. Preserve all. And we love Jah. Me love Jaja. Me love Jaja. Rastafari. Preserve all. Me love Jaja. Rastafari. Yeah, the next song is going to be the last song for tonight. And then DJ Twin.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.